Pyra are joined here by Woolite and Jankos after that convincing performance against Giant. Fantastic game, actually. Jankos, maybe tell me a little bit about how you approached the game, because last week was particularly rough for you guys.
Last week was rough because we faced good teams. I think we faced Elements and Fnatic, and those are like the good teams right now. So this week we are facing Giants and NYM, so we feel very confident going into those matches. We didn't prepare that much against Giants, to be fair, but we still knew that they can beat us, like obviously. But I think we did a good job and we won.
Woolite, same question goes for you, because there was a lot of pressure on your shoulders last week on those late game carries. Tristana was not available this week, so maybe that's why you guys were forced on something else. Did it have anything to do with it, actually, or was it a conscious choice? I want to be on a more playmaker.
It's not about that I have to play hyper carries all the time. If Graves is open, for example, I think it's a much better champion because it can contribute in the early mid game more than the hyper carries. So I'm not limited to only playing hyper carries. Yeah,
you definitely looked more comfortable. We saw the jungle Nidalee again. Amazing. What was your verdict on this one? Be careful sitting right here, Janko.
Okay. I don't know. Is it actually a strat by Ducky that you guys have to build majors in every champion? Like Nidalee, LeBlanc, like I see it every game.
Okay, so in scrims it worked, you know, better I guess, because usually we fight a lot more in scrims, and Magi is very worth it. And this game was kind of sloppy by us. I feel like the first two team fights that we had were very bad, and we were out of position, kind of. So Magi didn't really work out, but at the end I still had 20 stacks. So.
Yeah.
GG for that one. Let's actually pull a replay up on the screen from a dragon fight you guys played perfectly. Let's get that up on the screen. And Woolite, I'd like you to comment on it because you were doing some fancy dashes that is great. Let's roll the clip and walk us through what happened, Woolite.
So they were starting the dragon, and we kind of wanted to fight them. And then they engaged. We were forced to go on Java because he was closest. He just like kind of suicided. And then when they were close here, inner to the wall, just Gnar flashed, and we just follow up with all the spells. Like I ult, Corki cannot survive, and we have so many gap closes, then the perfect stun on the fist, so he just insta dies. So yeah, that was really good by us.
Fantastic by you guys.
By the way, like I saw you building like Humus as a second item. Was that actually a conscious choice because of the enemy team composition, or was it just you actually snowball out of your lead?
Actually, I always build Humus because I think it's better. It has better build path. You can buy longsword if you don't have money for BF in lane, and then transfer it into early brutalizer. So the build path is better, and I think it's better on Grace because the armor penetration really helps into doing damage with the QR.
Right.
I'm very convinced by that explanation, not so much by the Magi's, but it worked out for you guys in the end. One more thing maybe about jungle Nidalee. You were mentioning that if you get behind a little bit, it's very hard for her to, for Nidalee to be a team fighting presence. Do you think that's the greatest weakness about her, if there's any?
Yeah, I feel like whenever I see a jungle Nidalee not being like ahead at all, I just see a champion that basically can only heal, bit of poke, like, and basically engage on the front line. It's not like she can actively dive on the back line because there's no way she can one-shot them. Therefore, the return damage will be too huge, and she's basically useless. So, in my opinion, yes, Nidalee has great mid-game weakness, but if you play her well, and like today we saw how good Nidalee's can be, she can be a threatening force even in the mid-game.
Jankos, any comments on that?
No, not really.
All right, amazing, said it all. Finally, Jankos, it was you actually that said in one of the features at the beginning of the season, you know, we got to get top 3. This is no longer our first go around the LCS. What do you think you guys have to improve to get that, because you haven't had the perfect start?
Well, I think we are still kind of weak in the early game. We are not really doing much. And then in the mid game, our vision control and map control as well is not the best, you know. So I think we should kind of try to improve our early game and map presence. We should also try to fight a little bit more because we are confident in fights. And then I think we should be able to beat the top teams.
Yeah, like I saw you kind of trying to do something with the Annie roams, and like you roaming around the map, trying to kill mid, trying to kill top, trying to get the turrets. But I actually want to ask about the tank Annie, because quite frankly, he actually built Relic Shield and translated that into Face of the Mountain. Was it a conscious choice because you played Nidalee and basically linked the front line?
I mean, it was basically because he was trying to engage a lot, and the other thing is that it's good against Leona in the lane because you are not that squishy, so they can't really push you down that quickly.
Right.
It worked out a lot of interesting item builds, and well, it definitely did you guys well. Congratulations, ROCCAT, on that victory. In just a few minutes, Gambit Gaming will look to start their climb in the standings against the Copenhagen Wolves. But before we go, we'll hear Cabochard reflect on his strongest champion picks we've seen this split.
Well, Cassiopeia is a very, very solid champion overall. Like, in 1v1, she's one of the best. She got really good sustain because of her E. She got good poke with Q that got pretty big range, and her all-in potential with the E that resets with poison is really big. The ultimate is really big force in teamfight as well, so if you flash and ult, it's pretty easy to predict. But if you ult and flash, yeah, then the enemy can get surprised and people won't have time to react, so you can catch a lot of people with that.
Oh, that's a great stun by Cabochard!
I still think she will be really good because she still got the same ultimate, the same all-in potential, so just a little nerf on the lane, I guess.